do we have a guest for you today?
Oh, yes. Wonderful guest.
Cheryl, listen. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it's so
Well, of course, we
wonderful.
love violin music, and we have an artist today that you are absolutely going to fall in love with. There's nothing like the violin, romantic sound. You know.
I remember our first date.
Yes. So, shall we introduce our guests?
Yeah,
remember?
I'd love to.
That was our first date with a strolling violin.
Strolling violins.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the one and only
Armand Melbardis.
Isn't that great?
It's wonderful, yes.
Okay, Armand, don't give him too much because we want to talk, okay? Nice to meet you.
Dino.
Thanks for being on our show. We appreciate that so much.
Thank you, Armand, for coming to be with us.
You're living in Florida now, right?
Living in Florida.
Okay.
But
Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach.
You come from Riga, Latvia, right?
Yeah. That's
How
where I
did
was
you say
born.
that?
Riga, Latvia.
And that's,
Also known as Small Paris back at the day.
they call it Small Paris?
According to French, I don't know.
Okay,
That's what they
well,
told me.
you know, it's all Greek to me.
Oh, yeah, is it? Oh.
Because I knew if you started speaking, they would not believe you were a native of Florida.
No. I don't have the feathers, so what do you call those Indian things?
That is, right? But all I know is that
Cherokee.
Yes, Choctaw.
she's Indian. All I know is that you've got a gift.
Yes, you
God-given gift. You know, there are a lot of people that are watching right now that would love to play like you play that violin.
do. Oh, my goodness.
So when did it start? How old were you to start playing the violin?
I was, let's see, the institution I was studying at 5, they start theory. I mean,
5,
it's
like
hardcore.
real- yeah.
At 6, they allow you to play the violin. At 7, they slam you with the idea. Now, you all who don't play piano, you will, starting next week.
Oh.
And when you say, well, I don't want to, well, then that's too bad. You will want to.
So are you telling me, Armand, that someone, like your parents said, we want you to learn how to play the violin?
You know, my dad was he used to play viola at the opera house, and his brother was the first violinist of National Opera.
Wow.
So I grew up with all this stuff, and apparently at some point I had said, you know, I want to play this violin, and then they gave it to me, and I realized wanting to play is one, but having to practice 3, 4, 5 hours a day to study all that stuff for many years is not the same thing.
Isn't this the most difficult instrument to play? They say violin.
Quite easy for me, I don't know.
Yeah, for you it's easy, but I'm saying, but you know,
But it requires much
it takes a
discipline,
lot of
right?
good discipline.
What doesn't? What about your skill? I mean, did you
Well,
develop this overnight?
but they do say that violin is really a very difficult instrument, even more than piano. It must be because of the...
You could say that there's no frets on it, so everything is you have to listen and hear. Like on the piano, the first lesson you take one finger and hit it and it sounds. Well,
Yeah.
give
This
it to
you
the
gotta
violin.
find the pitch.
It's
find the
different.
pitch.
Yeah.
So what was the very first thing you played on violin as a child? Do you remember? It was like a scale?
Oh, it probably was one of the Twinkle Twinkle look-alike, sound-alike somethings.
You had Twinkle Twinkle?
Latvian version, of course.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but probably Twinkle or some of the scales.
It's probably something.
It's basic like
You
that,
get an
yeah.
A for that one.
Yeah. But
That's
now
awesome.
you would play it like how? Now, all these years later.
Faster.
Yeah, there it
Same
goes.
thing, right?
Exactly, exactly.